Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. Happy Chanukah, everyone. Happy first day. Reminder, Monday night is our drinks and dreidels. It's not too late to sign up. It's going to be an amazing event. As well as if anybody needs a menorah, we have Chanukahs to give out. Please let us know and we will provide them for you. Or if you know somebody else who needs one. I want to begin by just saying a huge thank you to the YJP community and the whole community as a whole for helping us in our YJP Together campaign and making it the success that it was. Well, now it's Chanukah, and everybody knows we eat latkes, fried in oil, we eat donuts, we light the menorah. It's all representative of this idea of the miracle of the oil. And as if maybe you remember from Sunday school, what was the miracle of the oil? Well, the Jews came back to the temple after they won the war, and they couldn't find any oil, and miraculously they found one flask of oil, and the other miracle was that it lasted for 8 days. Well, I'm going to bust your myth. I'm going to do a little myth busters here. The fact is, when the Jewish people came back to the temple, there was tons of oil, plenty of olive oil. That wasn't the problem. The problem was they couldn't find a flask that had the seal of the high priest still on it, what they called pure olive oil, ritually pure olive oil. Now you might say, wait, what do you mean? If you took 2 bottles of oil, ritually pure and impure, you can't tell the difference. Scientifically, the properties of the olive oil are still the same. They taste the same, look the same, smell the same, burn the same, absolutely the same. So then what was the big deal? In fact, according to Jewish law, the Jewish people could have even used the ritually impure olive oil. Why did they lose their minds and make themselves so crazy to find this one flask, and it was only enough for 1 day? Okay, so use it for 1 day and then use the rest. Use the regular oil. What is this huge miracle of the oil? Ritually pure, not ritually pure. You can't tell the difference. But this was the entire struggle with the Greeks. This is what the Jewish people were fighting for. This is why the Maccabees went to war against the Greeks. The Greeks were the most cultured nation in the entire world. They had no problem with Judaism. They had no problem with the culture of the Jewish people. They loved culture. They loved philosophy, the Torah. They loved it all. What they couldn't stand was this idea of holiness, spiritual, the intangible, the irrational, faith in God that made no sense, believing in things that made no sense, that weren't rational, doing commandments that we were only doing because God told us to, not because there was any rationale in human logic. That they couldn't stand. They were logical people. Culture is good. Holiness, spirituality, the soul, what is that stuff? That they wanted to stamp out. And that the Maccabees fought for. So when they came to the temple, when they came to the Beis HaMikdash after the battle, yes, it was imperative to them that they use only pure olive oil. And that's why the Greeks didn't pour out the oil, because they knew this is what they were fighting for. They weren't against lighting the menorah. It's beautiful, light the menorah. But use regular oil. What? It has a seal of the high priest, doesn't have a seal. Pure, not pure, makes no difference. The Jewish people knew it does make a difference. This is what Judaism is. Cultures come and go. Where's ancient Greece culture? In the museum. We're still here, not because of our culture. We're here because of our faith in God. We're here because of the spirituality of Judaism, because of the holiness, the intangible, the irrational of our soul. That's what the neshama is. It's oil. It's burning. It wants to connect with God. It's not tangible. You can't see it. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, but it's there. And it's always burning and always wants to connect with God. And it's who we are. You know, just like oil. You ever get an oil stain? You know how it like absorbs so deep into your clothing, you're never getting it out? Right? Like, it's like different than any other kind of liquid. It absorbs so deep. That's our soul. It's oil. It's one with us. That's our neshama. And that's why the miracle of the oil is so huge. Yes, there was other oil, but it wasn't pure. So celebrate the oil, eat all that oily food without hurting yourself, of course. And we are oil Jews. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.